But I want people to be aware that your lawyer knows law. He does not know healthcare, does not know the body, does not know movement patterns, is not an expert in rehabbing you. So anyone on that scope telling you what to do, really you should get a second opinion because that is not their place.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Health Smoke and Mirrors podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Michael J. Sardo, Doctor of Physical Therapy and Dry Needling Specialist. And I just want to welcome everyone to this podcast where we debunk and clear up any misconception that there may be within the health, fitness, medical industry and bring you the best, most accurate information so you can make the best educated decision for your mind, body, and spirit. I hope you enjoy the episode, and please follow us on Instagram at DocSardoDPT and on YouTube at Dr. Michael J. Sardo. Hope you enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Dr. Michael J. Sardo here, physical therapist and dry needling specialist and expert in movement and strength training. Bringing you another episode here, episode 3 of Health, Smoke, and Mirrors. So today, what I'd like to talk with you all about is getting better and going through auto claims and disability, etc., etc. What happens when people have an auto accident and they get an attorney involved? A lot of times what I've seen is working in the clinic, people come through and they are brought through this very intense process for a soft tissue injury, which, soft tissue injuries like shock or whiplash, those can be resolved without any type of surgery. People get tensed up muscles and they oftentimes have fascial restrictions because of the injury that is involved. And here's what happens. From my experience, this is what I've seen. I might be wrong, but this is what I've seen a lot of. They go through and find a lawyer. They then go through to find an MD who does x-rays and potentially MRI. Now you're going to find all sorts of different things that pop up with that MRI. Most common one is slip disc. We don't know if that disc was out of place, what have you, before the injury. Depending on the accident, just like a fender bender, you're not displacing discs, you're not shifting things around, none of that's happening. So people will oftentimes have back pain, neck, shoulder pain from these injuries, and they go through that process and oftentimes will get prescribed some type of pain medication. And so what happens is then they get sent over to physical therapy or a chiropractor, a massage therapist, whatever. Typically, it's a place that takes their insurance. And what happens is those people go through this process and they're being told, keep going. I don't know what these practitioners are doing, but when I'm told several times that I've been to the chiropractor 40 visits, 50 visits, or the physical therapist didn't help me at all, my mind is blown. And what we're seeing is you have a lawyer dictating your health care. Because every time you go and you're spending 40 visits, your insurance money just keeps going away, going away, going away. That practitioner's clinic, regardless if it's PT, chiro, massage not so much. You don't really see that in massage too much. But PT and chiro, they're taking insurance money. I don't know what they're doing with people, but it's not working because everybody that I work with who's maybe had an auto injury has been through several visits without any change. Now, this just astonishes me because I don't know what they're doing there that's not working, but it's not working. And why when they come and see me for up to 4 visits is there massive change, especially after the first one. I just worked with someone recently who's been dealing with an auto injury for the last few years and has told me 45 visits at a chiropractor. Little change, little better, still pain, Still no significant change to where she's pain free. That's a lot. That's a lot of time spent without change. That's a lot of time wasted off of work. That's a lot of time, that they have lost trying to be active. Because this is someone now who is very active, who wants to be exercising. In fact, has a personal trainer, and she's told me, like, I want to do more with them, but I can't get to that level. So 40 visits, 30 plus visits, whatever it is, with a chiropractor at physical therapy and in the traditional model of physical therapy that has not worked. What are we doing? What are we doing with all that? We really need to take a step back and see, how are these people practicing? Are they just milking the system? Or, is the lawyer involved in telling them you need to keep going? You need to keep going just to prolong the case and make more of a claim. I'm here to tell people that, you can get better and still collect. And that amount, I don't know how that works. That amount might vary, but you are allowed to get better. You don't have to make anything up that you're not feeling well, that you're still in pain. Now, granted, some people aren't. I'm not saying that everyone's making it up that they're in pain just to prolong the process to get more money. But if someone's telling you that or kind of hinting that, that's not okay. That is ethically and morally not right. Okay? And the fact that a practitioner is keeping you for 40 visits and you don't have much change, it is complete garbage that they say it is a slow process to get you out of that. And you know why I know that that's garbage? Because after 1 or 2 sessions of dry needling with someone and correcting their movement and strength, that pain is dissipated, completely gone. I really don't like when I've been told, even outside of an auto case, that someone's been going through therapy for 20 visits and then their insurance cut them off, or 10 visits and their insurance cut them off, or chiropractor 30 plus visits with no real change. And that's often the case, is that people come to see me and they've been through these things. So I'm not really sure what's going on from another practitioner standpoint, how they're treating people, or what methods they're using. But I want people to be aware that your lawyer knows law. He does not know healthcare, does not know the body, does not know movement patterns, is not an expert in rehabbing you. So anyone on that scope telling you what to do, really you should get a second opinion, because that is not their place. And again, you can get better and still collect on a claim from some lawsuit or anything that's going on. I just think that it's astounding to me what happens, and to see that in people, and it's that wears on people mentally. That is a huge burden to people, that they are still not better after so many visits. And then once that claim's done and that case is closed, then they can't get help anymore. It's ridiculous. It's this racket that the insurances run anyways. Especially when physical therapy as a profession has a cap of 20 visits a year. I'm sorry, but physical therapy is not something that you go for a month and out of pain and you're good. As a professional in this realm, you got to keep people well. You service your car. You go for oil change every 3 months. Why not service your body? We have to live in these things a very long time. Some of us a little shorter than others. Some of us a lot longer than others. And let me tell you, if you're not taking care of it, you're going to pay dearly. If you are constantly going somewhere to a practitioner who is not helping you like you want to be helped, but you don't think there's another option, there's other options. We're out there. That's why I'm here. I'm showing you that there's another option. I'm proving it day in and day out in my practice that there are other options besides medications, besides surgery, and besides going somewhere that is kind of getting you there, but not really lasting. Okay? We want people to get better. I don't want to see anyone come in and 3 times a week for a month or 2 months and not have any change. That's just ludicrous. How does that happen? There's ways to make big changes with people, and the one thing that how I separate myself is one-on-one, and I listen. That's a big factor that you don't really see much of in healthcare anymore. People can say that they have one-on-one, but are those practitioners really listening, or are they just going through the motions? And yeah, you're one-on-one being guided through exercise, maybe 10 minutes of hands-on, and then the rest is all exercise. And those people are then oftentimes locked down doing their notes and not really paying attention to the patient. But I just want to put this out there, as far as how some of those cases go. If you're someone who's suffering, or someone who's suffering and has been through this, where they have been put on medication, they have had x-ray, MRI, they have been through several visits of physical therapy, and then their insurance has run out. Insurance ran out of physical therapy visits. That's lovely. They've been through several visits of chiropractic or massage with not really much change. It's time to take a step back and look and see what's out there. Dry needling. I'm going to talk so much about dry needling almost every time because it is so powerful. It makes such changes with people. And then when you go ahead and you correct movement and strength and build sustainable strength for people, they get these lasting results that are just unrivaled to anything else that's out there. If you've listened to my last episode, or you've checked out my blog at drmichaeljsardo.com/blog, you'll see a few different examples of dry needling and some information I put out there on it. But this is something that's not meant to waste people's time. It's a very powerful tool that is effective and can clear up a lot of things real quick. Sciatica being one of them can clear up real quick. Plantar fasciitis is another one that can clear up real quick. I just saw a lady in my clinic who I was able to do a thorough examination on her. Found a few points that weren't related to the plantar fascia, but we still, did what we had to do, and we were able to take care of those other points that were giving her an issue, potentially a cause of the plantar fascia. But you know what? At the end of the day, one visit, she didn't have pain for the rest of the day, and probably won't have pain for a long time either because of that. And traditionally, by no one's fault of their own, but that might take a little bit of time to resolve. And she had been trying for a few months, 6 to 8 months with this. Has had several injections by a podiatrist, and she still had pain. One visit with dry needling took care of all of that. And I'm sorry, but someone suffering 6 to 8 months without change and constantly going back to injections, again, it's not the consumer's fault, but it's up to those other practitioners to maybe refer out to someone who can help them, and set the ego aside, because you know what, it's really disheartening to keep on seeing people several visits through months, years, decades of pain that's not been corrected because they're just caught in this loop. Go to the doctor, get your medications, go for an x-ray, go for an MRI. We can't find anything on either of those. Go to therapy, be treated 3-on-1, 2-on-1. That's one practitioner to 2 to 3 patients. That's what I mean by that. That's not okay. There's no quality in that. How are they going to really listen? How are they going to provide you with any type of excellent service? But yeah, I just want people to know that there's other options out there. Do not be told by a lawyer that you cannot get better. Do not let anyone drag out your care, especially if you truly are feeling better from what someone's done. And I hope that wherever anyone goes, that they actually can get the help that they need. Do not ever be told that you have to prolong that for any reason. Now, it's up to you if you want to go through and do maintenance to keep your body healthy, because that is so important as we age. To age optimally, to keep our bodies healthy, we want to be able to exercise and move pain-free, because that's how we create optimal longevity. But if you're going through something and it's not helping you, that's a problem. We should see changes. I tell everybody, evaluation, 4 visits. If we're not going to see massive change in that, then I can't help you, and we're going to look a little deeper into that and steer you in the right direction so you can get the help you need. But yeah, there's always other solutions out there besides surgery and pain medications, and I just really want to put that out there for people. because a lot of people that I see want to get back to working out and they just can't because they're in pain, and they've kind of fallen down this, the rabbit hole of the healthcare system or sick care, where they're not really getting the answers they want. And again, the intent of this podcast is to kind of shed some light on some of these areas that people might not know about, but this is how it works. I've been in that system before. I've worked it, and I don't really agree with it, which is why I don't work at it anymore. And I can share this information here, guilt-free. I don't think it's ethically right. I really don't. But not to say that everyone's like that. Good and bad in everything, don't get me wrong. But I have seen it before where, people are steered to do certain things, or they just honestly don't know any better, and that's okay. That's not up to them to know that. As practitioners, we need to educate our patients, and we need to hold a high moral standard and ethics standard to our patients. We're obligated to do our best to help them with any means we can. Not just sign them up for 40 visits because that's going to drain their insurance and we're going to collect X amount of dollars from it, and don't really care how well they do. That's not okay. That's not why I got into doing what I do. I'm here to help people, and I hope that everyone is in it to help people as well, and truly they put forth the best effort in doing so. But yeah, exercise. If we're not able to exercise because of pain, that's a huge letdown. That's not good for your mental health. It's not good for your physical health. And let me tell you something: the body, having a healthy body, moving right, exercising, lifting weights, creates longevity because you create better bone density, you create lean muscle mass, which is creating strength, and that helps you to get up off the ground. I know I've talked about that before, but being able to move well, that creates a healthy mindset. Okay. Now, when you have a healthy body followed by a healthy mindset, now spiritually we can get into, you can maybe have a better relationship spiritually in your faith, no matter what that is. I'm not talking religion, but you might feel a connection to something greater of how we move on this planet. So there's always another way. That's the key theme of this whole thing right now. There's always another way. Don't let anyone tell you that you have to do anything. If you're not comfortable with it, you're not getting the results you want, you have more than enough right to leave that situation and find a better one that will give you the results you want and set you up for success. So with that, guys, I'm going to leave you. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out at drmichaeljsardo.com or on Instagram at DocSardoDPT. YouTube is Dr. Michael J. Sardo. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Follow me here because I'll be bringing these little messages to you as long as I can, and giving you the best information that's out there. So thanks, guys, for listening, and hope you all stay well and stay excellent, stay healthy and moving. See you next time.